Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Going to play two videos. The first one I'll play in just a moment with audio. The second I'll play without audio, but it shows even more drama. So there's a heck of a lot of drama in this incident, and I don't mean to belittle the situation in any way because it does involve the murder of a woman. The shooter's baby mama, and also several officers were shot. Others were injured by shrapnel. So 8 injured cops altogether. Thankfully, none of them at this point are in life-threatening. There's no life-threatening situation. One of them was severely injured. The others not so much, as far as I understand. But all of them non-life-threatening. And it's a really bizarre situation. Happened in Phoenix. The main culprit kills himself or potentially gets shot by police after having murdered his baby mama. And his name is Morris Jones, 36 years of age. He's the shooter. Again, this had happened in Phoenix. So we're going to watch this body camera footage to begin with for 30 seconds. I'll give a trigger warning. Shooting is involved. And this happened after the shooter had murdered his girlfriend at the house where this incident occurs. But of course, the police officers did not know that. They did not know that there was the woman had been killed. The shooter, we'll see, lures in the police officers by saying that the woman is alive. And I should probably tell you that the police have arrived at the premises, having responded to a 911 call stating that a woman had been shot by an intruder and that there were multiple armed suspects in the house. We don't know who made that call, but anyway, let's have a look at this video.
Come on, bro. Come on. Who's all in the house? Huh? Who's all in the house? It's me. Who's you? No. I've been shot. No.
We'll watch it again.
Come on, bro. Come on. Who's all in the house? Huh? Who's all in the house? It's me. Who's you? No.
I mean, what a fucking scumbag. Lured in the police officer as soon as he got very close, unleashed 5 bullets, I think. Thankfully, the officer was only shot in the arm, so severe injury to the arm. Of course, he did the right thing by getting the hell out of there, and he was calling in, through the radio, 999, officer has been shot, officer is down, officer is in need of assistance, so calling for backup. And his co-officer, whatever the term is, the second officer, subsequently fires at the house, I believe, at the shooter, who again, his name is Morris Jones. Okay, so I'm going to watch this second video as well, because that's not the end of it. The drama ensues. So I'll play this video without any audio, and I'll read through some of the article as we play through that. We've just seen the shooter, Morris Jones, lure in one officer and then shoot at that one officer, hitting that officer in the arm, at which point backup is called, so there's plenty of backup has come. The shooter, Morris Jones, barricades himself in the house, and there's a standoff for 5 hours. And during that standoff, he shoots 4 more cops. Another 4 cops are injured by shrapnel. Again, none of them are in a life-threatening position. I believe that first officer that we saw shot in the arm, he suffered the most severe harm. Okay, so the article tells us that the motive isn't known, but the shooter, Morris Jones, is a Crips gang member. We're also told that he was due to have a psychological evaluation in a few days' time. And also, we'll let you know that he's dead. He succumbed to a gunshot wound. And at this point in time, it's not yet known if it was self-inflicted, if he committed suicide, or if he was killed by one of the police officers shooting into the home. Okay, so what else do we know? Okay, so as we can see, the police, the backup came. They've set up a perimeter around the home, and also the shooter tried to escape by driving out of the garage in a car, but he wasn't able to because the police, with good forethought, blocked the driveway. So he did try to drive away, to get away. Now, in a moment, we're going to see something which is pretty shocking. I'll tell you what we're going to see. We're going to see a man walk out of the home in just a moment. Now, that man is the brother of the baby mama who was shot dead. So the brother walks out, we'll see in a minute, with his arms held up high, and he's holding his sister's, the dead sister's 1-month-old baby. So we'll see it here. Here he is. Here's the brother of the woman that's been shot dead by the shooter. He lives in the home too. He's waving at police. He looks scared, he looks extremely concerned. He's holding the 1-month-old baby. The father of the baby is the shooter, and the mother of the baby is this guy's sister, who was shot dead by the shooter. So he's trying to get police's attention and saying, hey, look, I'm a good guy here, I'm not the shooter. He's told to lay the baby down on the ground. He's told to do that by the police. Not entirely sure what the reasoning is there, but I guess the police view that as being the safest thing to do for the baby. The brother quickly puts his hands back up in the air. He's complying. He's told to turn around and walk backwards towards the police officers, and he does exactly what he's told. I suppose I could make a comment about the saggy pants. I don't understand that at all. Well, do the saggy pants, are they sewed to the boxer shorts? Is that how they stay up? I don't know. But look, he's complying. He's coming back to the police. I'm surprised the police haven't pounced on him and slammed him to the ground, because it's possible that he could be an assailant. He could be, I think that's the right word, he could be one of the perpetrators. So I'm surprised they were so gentle. And there we go. Okay, so I'll play that little part back. So once he gets back to the car, I mean, short time later, I should imagine, several of the police go to retrieve the 1-month-old baby that's been laid down on the ground. So, to bring the baby to safety, and then we'll see what happens. So there we go. That's like a dozen, and that's what happens. They get shot at. So the shooter shoots at the doorway where the baby is. His own child. I think it's a girl. And several of the officers are shot. Four of them are shot, and another 4 are hurt by shrapnel. So we can see there's an officer down there. He seems to be hurt. Thankfully, the baby, the 1-month-old, miraculously wasn't hurt. So that's what happened. So the police tried to pick up the baby and they got shot at. And thankfully, the baby was completely unharmed. And the baby's now in custody with the Department of Child Services. So I'll read a little bit more from the article. It tells us that the shooter stopped responding to officers. So they were having a negotiation, a dialogue, a communication, and that stopped at around 7 a.m. So the police used cameras. I don't know if that means that they used a drone to look inside the home, at which point they found that the shooter and the ex-girlfriend were dead. The baby mama were dead. And, you know, that's the main part of the incident there. So really, that's as much as we can let you know. The baby is safe. The baby's in custody, Department of Child Services. The officers are all, you know, on the road to recovery. The one that we saw in the first instance being shot, thankfully only got hit in the arm. He's the one with the most serious injuries, and it's believed that he's going to recover. I believe so. So that's good. Certainly, it's not a non-life-threatening situation. And yeah, the shooter is dead, perhaps by suicide, perhaps by one of the officers shooting inside the house. And there we go. So what the baby mama, of course, was murdered. We shouldn't forget her. So her name is Lobley. Lobley is the last name. I'm trying to remind myself of her full name. Shatifa Lobley. So we can show you a picture of Shatifa. There we go. Shatifa Lobley was killed by Morris Jones, 36, a Crips gang member with psychological issues. And, you know, what a murderous scumbag. Thankfully, he didn't kill his own child. Thankfully, he didn't kill any of the officers. He tried. Thankfully, the brother-in-law, or Shatifa's brother, got away safely. Thankfully, he wasn't harmed by the shooter, or indeed wasn't harmed by the police. You know, thankfully that went to plan. There we go. Shocking case. So if you do like this video, do like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.